Welcome to Tycoon Legal. Today, Advocate Dr. M. Sathya Kumar is with us. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, Ram.
What is the significance of Constitution Day?
Ram, Constitution of India was adopted on 26th November 1949. That was the day when Baba Sahib, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, gave a clarion call to the entire country that to say that India has adopted the Constitution of India. In fact, Constitution of India is a great effort by our founding fathers of the Constitution, where they sat through long hours discussing various ideas how to bring the nation together. In fact, Ram, when a child is born in the country, the first contract that the child enters, apart from being a child to the parents, is being a citizen of this country. And that citizenship is conferred because the child gets a contract into the Constitution of India. That is a kind of importance of the Constitution of India, Ram. If you see, Constitution of India as such is a supreme law of India. It is a supreme law of India. Whatever may be the law that the union government may bring or state government may bring as part of the union list or the state list, whatever the subject that may come under the union list or the state list, ultimately it has to be constitutional. In fact, every law in the country that is being brought in has to hit the ceiling of the Constitution of India. In fact, Constitution of India is the mother of all the laws in the country. And it is one of the longest written constitution of any sovereign country in the world. India's Constitution of India is one of the longest written constitution of any sovereign country in the world. And why is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar celebrated on this day? In fact, until few years back, this day was celebrated only as a law day. But because of the contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi regarded this day as the Constitution Day and passed an official gazette in the Government of India to change the law day into the Constitution Day. This day is the day where we adopted the Constitution of India. The entire credit goes to the chairman of the drafting committee, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who coordinated, who brought consensus, who provided ideas and brought a level playing field for all the founding fathers of the Constitution of India to contribute their ideas. Accordingly, 26th November 1949 is a very important and significant day. Apart from our Independence Day, that is 15th August 1947, 26th November 1949 is a very important historical day for India and Indian people because their rights were provided under the Constitution of India. Ram.
What does the preamble to the Constitution state?
If you see, Ram, preamble sets out the main objective of the Constitution of India. When you open the Bar Act of the Constitution of India, it is very important for the people to know. It starts with the preamble to the Constitution of India. The preamble to the Constitution of India provides for the main objective which the legislation intended to achieve. It's a kind of an introduction to the statute, and also it provides what is the objective of our Constitution of India. If you see, Ram, the preamble to the Constitution of India, I quote exactly the preamble to the Constitution of India. It says, we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, that is social, economic, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and to give to ourselves this Constitution. Unquote. Now, this is the preamble to the Constitution of India. This is the purpose for which we came as a country together. And if you see, the Constitution as such deliberates upon various rights of all the citizens and freedom that they can enjoy in this country, and provides various aspects relating to legislative, executive and judiciary.
What is a state as mentioned in the Article 12 of the Constitution of India?
Yes, Ram. The concept of state has been provided as part of Article 12 of the Constitution of India. If you go and check Article 12 of the Constitution of India, it says state includes the government and the Parliament of India, 2. the government and the legislature of each states, and all local and other authorities within the territory of India or under the control of the government of India. Ram, if you see, the word under the control of the government of India not only covers every authority within the territory of India, but also those functioning outside if they are under the control of the government of India. So Ram, it is very important to know that state includes central as well as state government, and also includes those authorities that are outside India but under the control of the government of India.
Like embassies, you say?
Absolutely, embassies,
Okay.
Cultural organizations, various extended arm of the government of India that are established in different countries will also come under Article 12 of the Constitution of India.
What are the fundamental rights as enunciated in the Constitution of India?
Yes, Ram. The Constitution of India succeeded an important act of the Britishers. The act of the Britisher was Government of India Act 1935. I would say that is a charter of slavery. Government of India Act 1935, as brought out by the Britishers, was a charter of slavery. Government of India, as the Constituent Assembly debated and brought out the Constitution of India, it is called Charter of Freedom. This is in my opinion. If you ask me what is Government of India Act 1935 brought by Britisher, I would say it is a charter of slavery. If you ask me what is Constitution of India that we brought and the Constituent Assembly debated about, it is about the Charter of Freedom and Rights. So the entire reason why I say it is a Charter of Freedom and Rights is because it provides for the fundamental rights. The fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and finally right to constitutional remedies. Ram, if any of these rights are affected, ideally the legislative, executive should strive to ensure that the fundamental rights are preserved and protected as provided in the Constitution of India in any of the actions or the policies brought by the legislative or the law they pass, or the executive may come out with any kind of notification. All the announcement, notification and enactment of the government of India, either through legislative action or through executive, should always be should ensure that the fundamental rights are protected. If there is any effect on the fundamental rights, if it is considered to be adversely impacting the fundamental rights, then the place that you go is the place of that is the organ of judiciary under the Constitution of India through writ petitions under Article 226 of the Constitution of India and Article 32 of the Constitution of India.
What is the concept of federalism as per the Constitution of India?
Now, if we see the founding fathers who came to draft or debate in the Constituent Assembly, not only they came from central but also from different provinces of the country. When they came together, they were very cautious that the Constitution of India should not be central government biased. So accordingly, when they had debates, deliberations and ideas being shared in the Constituent Assembly, they ensured that federalism at any cost should be protected, should be brought in, and all the rights and responsibilities of both the governments are protected. And when people said that the Constitution of India, as brought out by the drafting committee, is centrally biased, as may be the opinion of many people, which should not be, because every ideology contributed to the Constituent Assembly. Different ideologies came together, contributed to the Constitution of India, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar very clearly said the basic principle of federalism is that legislative and executive authority is partitioned between center and the state, and not by any law to be made by the center, but by the Constitution itself. It is not through any law. Constitution itself has segregated the role of the central government as well as the state government. Ram, states under the Constitution of India are no way dependent on the center for their legislative or executive authority. It is perfectly partitioned between the center and the state. This is the idea to blossom the federalism in the country. So federalism as a seed was laid down in the Constitution of India itself, and not through the laws brought by either center or the states. And if you also ask me a question, there is a partition of the roles and responsibilities under the legislative as well as executive. The chief mark of federalism, Ram, as said, lies in the partition of the legislative and executive authority between the center and units by the center and the units by the Constitution. This is the principle enunciated under the Constitution of India, Ram. There cannot be mistake about it. So, Dr. Ambedkar said, it is therefore wrong to say that the states have been placed under the center. Center cannot by its own will alter the boundary of that partition. Coming back to the point of judiciary, Ambedkar said, even judiciary cannot alter this. He very clearly said, as I quote the exact words of Ambedkar. He said, courts may modify, they cannot replace. They can revise earlier interpretation as new arguments, new point of views are presented. They can shift the dividing line in marginal cases, but there are barriers they cannot pass. Definite assignments of power they cannot reallocate. They can give a broadening construction of existing powers, but they cannot assign to one authority powers explicitly granted to another. So accordingly, the federalism is the idea through which Dr. B.R. Ambedkar worked through the entire lines of the Constitution of India. Even the members of the Constituent Assembly had one thought in mind: the Constitution of India should be with the sole idea of federalism. So that is the reason you find the Constitution being federal in nature.
What is the structure of the Constitution of India?
Ram, the structure of the Constitution of India is federal structure as well as with the unitary features. Ram, if you ask me what is a federal structure, the features of federal structure is that dual authority, two distribution of powers, supremacy of the Constitution. In dual authority, there is a central government at the center, there is a state government at the state level. Two, the distribution of power happens through union list, state list and concurrent list. Under the union list, only union government can make laws. Under the state list, only state governments can make laws. Under the concurrent list, both union as well as state government can make laws. Ram, the supremacy of the Constitution is in the three pillars of the legal system. That is legislative, executive, judiciary. All the three organs of the country is controlled or rather guided through the Constitution of India and all the three, legislative, executive, judiciary, is subordinate to the Constitution of India now. And the fourth important feature of the federal structure is independence of the judiciary. Now, the judiciary is kept independent and does not depend upon parliament and executive. And the last feature of the federal structure, Constitution of India is written and rigid constitution. An important feature of the federalism is written and rigid constitution. The amendment of the constitution in a federal state is deliberately made difficult. To amend any constitution article under the Constitution of India, it has to go through Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and 50% of the state assembly has to approve. Even the Lok Sabha, 2 by 3 of the Lok Sabha should approve, 2 by 3 of Rajya Sabha should approve, then 50% of the state assemblies has to approve. Now, it also has the unitary features. The unitary features are single citizenship, 2, emergency powers, 3, strong center, then residuary powers are provided, and it is one single constitution. So, we can understand that Constitution of India is neither purely federal nor purely unitary, but a combination of both. Now, it is a federal constitution, which have a novel and unique feature of becoming unitary at the time of national emergency. So, these are some of the features of the structure of the Constitution of India. So, we now know that Indian Constitution is neither purely federal, purely unitary, but it combines both.
What are the rights to freedom as available in the Constitution of India, especially for the people of India?
Yes, Ram. The rights to freedom is provided under Article 19 to Article 22 of the Constitution of India. Ram, if you see Article 19 of the Constitution of India, it provides for freedom of speech and expression. 2, it provides for the freedom to assemble peacefully and without arms. Freedom to form associations or union. Freedom to move freely throughout India. Freedom to reside and settle anywhere in India. And freedom to carry any profession or business. This is provided under Article 19 of the Constitution of India. Apart from that, under Article 21, there is a right to life and personal liberty. And under Article 22, there is right against illegal arrest and detentions. These are the fundamental rights and right to freedom which are provided under the Constitution of India. What we discussed. This fundamental rights and right to freedom is the basis of the Constitution of India. It's the basis of the Constitution of India.
Can we say it as a basic structure which defines the Constitution?
Absolutely. The entire reason that we brought the Constitution is to provide for these features and provide these fundamental rights as well as the right to freedom. That is the reason I told you. Government of India Act 1935 brought by the British is a charter of slavery. But whereas the Constitution of India as brought out by the chairman of the drafting committee with the efforts of the members of the Constituent Assembly is Charter of Freedom and Rights. So accordingly, November 26th, 1949 is a day that we celebrate as a Constitution Day, thanks to Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, who took the efforts of transforming the Law Day into a Constitution Day. Ram, this is the day which is very important apart from our Independence Day, and because this is the true freedom that was provided as part of the Constitution of India. Every citizen of this country should revere our Constitution of India. It binds us. If you see, Ram, the Constitution of India even works for those who don't believe in it. That's the spirit of the Constitution of India. That is the kind of document which comprises the entire working of this nation. The nation works as per Constitution of India. Anything unconstitutional will be struck down, will be questioned, will be brought to the court of law. Ram, this is the beauty of this great document, Constitution of India. Let us all celebrate this day as a Constitution Day.
Happy Constitutional Day, sir.
Thank you so much, Ram.
Thank you.